And welcome back once again to Everyman Driver. I'm your host, Dave Erickson. Thanks so much for watching. And if you haven't already, click on that subscribe button. We're uploading 2 to 3 new videos each and every single week, and I don't want you to miss anything. And now we've been offering up a video version of our weekly podcast, which you can hear on iTunes and Stitcher Smart Radio, and also see on everymandriver.com. So if you want to see a video version, kind of behind the scenes, what it looks like when we're actually producing that podcast, you can see that on the Everyman Driver YouTube channel as well. This week I've been driving a lot this 2014 Honda Civic 4-door EXL with navigation. This is the top trim level of the Civic. Now, it does come in a coupe or a sedan. Now, I also did the sedan version of this same car last year, the last year's 2012 and 2013 model, and there are minor changes really for 2014, and in all honesty, this is pretty much the same car as last year's model, but for me, I have the top trim level of it, so I've got the navigation, the leather seating, this really cool display here in front of me. And let's go ahead and get started by talking about the engine and performance. Under the hood of my tester is a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder CVT, and that CVT is, I think, the downside to this car. It does get 143 horsepower, not a lot of power, but 128 pound-feet of torque. Don't be too surprised that you don't have a lot of zippy get up and go with this car. It does come in a 5-speed automatic and manual as well, depending on the trim level you go with. The miles per gallon is the biggest selling point, in my opinion, after the price point of this car. It's rated at 30 city, 39 highway, and I've put, let's see, 325 miles in the car, and I've been averaging 31.2 in mixed driving, and I've done a good combination of both highway and city driving. Nothing too extreme, but then again, you know, a lot of factors go into determining what your actual mixed driving MPGs are, but they are looking for that 33 mile per gallon mark in mixed driving, and I've been in the low 30s, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's take a look now at your real world headroom and legroom in the back seat, and I tell you, having this EXL trim level is the bomb. I love this leather interior, very comfortable place to be. As you know, I'm 5'11", and this was my position as a driver up front, and I've got an okay amount of space between my knees and the back of the seat. I'm thinking someone who's 6'2" and above will have some issues with legroom and probably some headroom as well. Even though there's a small indent here in the ceiling, I sit up straight and my head is hitting the ceiling. So you're gonna have a little bit of cramping issues back here for space, not muscle cramps, but overall positioning cramping. There is no container behind the driver's seat, but there is one here behind the passenger seat. You have 4 blank handles all the way around. You do have a sliding sunroof here, so that's kind of nice. Again, top trim level, and a fold down armrest with a pair of cup holders. And it's also containers and storage in both side doors back here, but no sunscreens. You know, give and take, right? All right, let's take a look now at your cargo room and trunk space. Before we get to our cargo room and trunk space, if you like these sunglasses, you can get your own pair. Rudy Project Sunglasses have partnered with the Everyman Driver Network to offer you, the Everyman Driver Nation, 25% off any of their sunglasses. There's a link in the description below this video. Click on that, and then once you go to checkout, it'll automatically be taken off your total price. Okay, so there are 3 ways to open the trunk lid here of the Civic. There's a pull tab just left of the driver near their leg. There's a button here on the key fob. It looks like a trunk. Just click on that. Or there's also a soft tab over here. Press it, and up it comes. Now inside is 12.5 cubic feet of volume. That number doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm surprised at how much you can get in there. In fact, I brought my 2-piece luggage set here. One's a overhead compartment container, and one's a large size. And look at this. Put them side by side, and there's plenty of room to even add another piece of luggage. So I've used groceries back here, some boxes for storage. I've even put my triathlon bike back there with the front tire off, because you can fold those seats down because there are levers right here. And then once you pull those, you have to fold the seats down from the inside, but it really opens up the space and capability of this little small vehicle. And underneath the floorboard is where you'll find a spare tire and jack kit. Some of the standard safety equipment on my tester this week is drivers and front passengers dual side airbags, drivers and front passenger side airbags with smart vent, side curtain airbags, so yeah, a lot of airbags, anti-lock braking system, front seat belts with automatic tensioning system, side impact door beams, and a latch system for child seats. Interior-wise, you have a 7-inch display audio with Honda satellite link navigation, voice recognition, and my favorite, rear view camera. There's also leather trim seats on this EXL trim level, steering wheel mounted controls. There's also push button start, automatic climate control system, a 60/40 split fold down rear seat back, of course, cruise control, and all the other great standard features you should expect on a top trim level. Overall, the key standard features that make this vehicle stand out above the competition would include the rear view camera, Bluetooth hands-free link, USB audio interface, and side curtain airbags with rollover sensor. Now, the biggest gripe I have with this vehicle, and it's pretty minor in the big picture, is the fact that there is no dial for the audio. In fact, every time I reach down, I end up having to turn the temperature dial or the fan dial, whereas I want to turn the audio up or down, and that is limited to your steering wheel or a touch screen. That's the only way to turn the audio up or down. So if anything, that's what I don't like. On a positive note, and this is one of those safety features, every time you turn right and hit the turn signal to go right, there's a camera mounted below the side mirror, and that camera shows up here in your center stack cluster here on your LCD. I love that, and it's one more peace of mind that you can look forward to with this car. As far as the competition for this Civic sedan, you're looking at the Dodge Dart, Ford Focus, Toyota Corolla, and the Hyundai Elantra. And the biggest selling point, as I mentioned earlier, is probably the price point. And what you see here is the top trim level, 25 grand, which includes destination and shipping prices. So $25,000 for this car, which gets around 32 miles per gallon in mixed driving. Not too shabby. It is worth a look and most definitely a test drive. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson with Everyman Driver. Thanks so much for watching.